Check 1, 2. Hey, Dennis.
Welcome to the Olympic Sports Center in Riga, Latvia, as the 2021 World Hockey Championship gets going. A couple of games in each of the venues. And this one gets going with a good one, as Russia will take on the Czech Republic. Game 1 of this championship. Dominik Kubalik. We just saw Ivan Provorov of the Philadelphia Flyers, as a number of NHLers have made their way over for this World Championship. It is Russia and the Czech Republic. And starting in nets for Russia in this game, Alexander Simonov, as he will get the start as we see their plays for SKA St. Petersburg in the KHL. And for the Czech Republic, it'll be Simon Hrubec who will get the start in goal. He also plays in the KHL for the championship team from Omsk. Jan Kovac is the captain of the Czech Republic team. A couple of first-time coaches in behind their benches, as Valery Bragin, who well known in the junior circles, in behind the bench for Russia, and Philip Passant, we'll talk more about his situation later, also a first-time in behind the bench for the Czech Republic. Referees for this game are Tobias Bjork of Sweden and Mikael Nord of Sweden, and your linesmen are Andreas Weiss-Kreuer and Ludvig Lindgren. One's from Denmark, one's from Sweden. This one is underway. Voronkov trying to control it. Kovac is in on him for the Czech Republic. Back at the blue line, Hronek, who had a terrific tournament in Bratislava a couple years ago in Slovakia. Bounced out to the line. Kovac will send it back down low. Kubalik. Back for Kovac, back for Kubalik from the Chicago Blackhawks. Trying to stuff it back to the blue line. Artem Zub of the Ottawa Senators stays on him closely. And it's grabbed off and cleared to the blue line, but not out. This gets jammed back down low by David Musil. Musil will play it for Hronek. We get our first line change. Hronek plays it down. Sharp angle try Vrana, and he'll lift that one over top the net. It comes around the glass all the way out to neutral ice. Teams complete their first change. Filip Chytil lost it inside the line. Grigorenko for Russia will send it all the way back in. And back for it is Filip Zadina. Played around to the blue line. Gavrikov will hold it in. Gavrikov plays it down, came to the front of the net, and grabbed off and turned aside by Chytil. Chytil leads a 3-on-2 back for the Czech Republic, and a good back check there by Slapyshev. And now we'll get our first face-off.
Well, these teams played against each other to get ready for this tournament, and the Czech Republic took a couple of victories against the Russians the last time they played last week, a 4-0 win. And Russian players have been saying, okay, we're just going to put that behind us. We've got some new players coming in, getting us ready. But that opening face-off and some offensive zone time for the Czech Republic, that's a real shot in the arm for them.
Sent back into the corner early in this one, game 1 of this championship. Vitashek plays it down low, center back into the slot. And Sulak in from the line, got that wrist shot away, may have gone off a body in front and wide. And Barabanov will carry back for Russia, gets to center no further. And Barabanov will play it back into his own end. Okulov will drop it back. Nikita Zadorov up at center, and Okulov will send this deep into the Czech Republic zone. And that gets blocked there by Simon Hrubec. And the Czech Republic will bring it right back up. Adam Musil dishes it off. Schmeichel got knocked down before he could do anything with it. And some room up the middle. Penalty coming up. Sharp angle try and a rebound chance there for Galimov. And we'll get our first penalty of the hockey game.
Galimov was able to split the defense and stride away as the Czechs couldn't convert on the odd man rush going up the ice, and just through the defense. And at the very last moment, Hronek gets the stick in just to obscure it a little bit, and the goaltender Hrubec makes a nice pad save. We talked about how special teams might favor the Czech Republic if they get on the power play, but it's Russia who gets the first power play of the hockey game.
Saw Hronek on the way to the penalty box. Not sure he agreed with the call on the play, but the first power play of the game will go to Russia.
He might be in NHL mode, where sometimes they look a little bit more closely at things and let them go.
Russia's power play operated at 29.6 a couple of years ago in Slovakia. Czech Republic's penalty kill 85.7% in that World Championship a couple of years ago. Shot through some traffic. That one went wide as it comes off the stick of Okulov. Krulov back in. Okulov gathers it in. Tried to whip that to the front of the net. It got away from him. Barabanov is after it, trying to slip it back for Slipashev. Comes back at the blue line. Ivan Provorov wrist shot. And Hrubits makes the save, and we'll hang on to it.
It's a great job by Hrubits to see through the traffic. Front of the net, Slepyshev was in his eye line. It hits the goaltender. Barabanov was able to gobble up the puck and get it back to the point. But Provorov, such a great skater, moves off the line. There's Barabanov in front with the deflection, and Hrubits is busy early. He finds it in the feet and holds on.
Czech Republic shorthanded 35 times in the last World Championship. That led the tournament in shorthanded situations, something that they would like to clean up a little bit coming into this championship. Berdashov plays it back, ripped the shot from the top of the circle and blistered that one wide. Grigorenko plays it into the slot from the blue line. Ozhiganov lets the shot go, and that's turned aside. Controlled by Russia. Berdashov, near side, Grigorenko, the shot, all sorts of traffic in front of the net. Looking for a loose puck was Voronkov, and we'll get another face-off.
Nice job by Russia to move it around the outside. Grigorenko, nobody comes to him, so he can come in another step. This looks like it's going to get just over the blocker arm. It hits the arm, the right arm, and Hrubits is able to find it afterwards again. With 4 shots now for Russia on the power play. They do have traffic in front, but Hrubits is able to get a body part on it, and then it just kind of sticks around the front of the net, and he's able to find it first.
Voronkov, the 19-year-old, a Columbus Blue Jacket, was looking for a loose puck in front. Ozhiganov plays it around the boards. Voronkov looks for a little bit of room. Back for Ozhiganov, back for Voronkov to the line, no further. Gathered in by Morozov. And now Russia back in with Grigorenko. Back for Morozov. 10 seconds left in the power play for Russia. Berdashov plays it back at the line. Down low it goes. Dish back by Morozov. Shot, score! The power play connects. Anton Berdashov had a few opportunities, gets this one through, and it's a 1-0 lead for Russia.
Berdashov put up over the shoulder where Grigorenko wasn't able to elevate it high enough. Just very good puck movement. Looks like it's going to be a shot here, back behind the back pass. And after 2 quick passes, Hrubits, he was set, but he didn't stay big enough for long enough. It's a nice snapshot, top corner, and Russia opens the scoring in Group A play.
Hronek was getting set to return from the penalty box, so we'll wait and see whether or not that was a power play marker. We are at the Olympic Sports Center. This building, this ice surface was put in for this championship, and of course was supposed to be hosted by Latvia and Belarus. So this gets cleared all the way around the boards. So for right now, they are saying power play tally. That was the 5th shot on the power play for Russia. So no score clock at center ice here in this facility. There is a score clock in 3 of the corners.
Medium-sized big screens, I'll call them.
That is a very good description. Provorov play this back up at center. Turned over, Kobelik almost with a steal. Gavrikov recovered. And Ivan Provorov will take this back into his own zone.
Russia doesn't mind bringing the puck back and regrouping. They try to get speed through the neutral zone.
Gavrikov tried to lift this in, didn't get enough on it. Musil backhander to the short side by Zadina. And that is grabbed and held by Simonov. Face-off coming up in the Russian zone.
The one thing about being a patient hockey team, as we see the power play marker for the Russians in that little nice snapshot over the right shoulder. Celebration for the Russians to get on the board. But when the Russians bring the puck back, and then when they move it up with such speed, if the puck doesn't make it to the intended target, it's a turnover, and we saw Zadina go the other way, do a nice little move and get it towards the goalie.
First World Championship for Berdashov, one of the first-time players you talked about earlier. Hronek will play it back into his own zone, sends it off for Musil, then gets it back. Zadina takes it from his Detroit partner, Philip Hronek. Philip Hito will play this back at the line. David Musil's shot, that never got to the net. And turned over, and Ozhiganov, former Toronto Maple Leaf, will play it up the boards, intercepted, kept in by Zadorna. And his wrist shot is turned aside. This gets deflected out, and Hronek will chase it back into his own end. Hito plays it back into his own end for Hronek.
This top line for the Czech Republic, every time they're out in the ice, they're in the offensive zone the whole time. You can just see the skill level rise when they get out there.
Offside called against the Czech Republic. Power play goal, and Russia with the 1-0 lead. Welcome back to Riga, Latvia. The 2021 World Hockey Championship underway. A busy few weeks for these players. Expanded rosters with the COVID situation. Zadorov dishes it off to get the cycle going, and then pass into the high slot from Okulov. Got deflected away, and Artem Zub will chase it back into his own zone. Barabanov will send a bouncer in. Grubitz will turn it aside. Played around the boards by Vitashek. Intercepted in the corner. The goal scorer in this game, Anton Bertasov, plays it back to the blue line, but it does bounce its way out into the center ice area. Barabanov pass almost got intercepted by Adam Musil, the younger of the Musil brothers. And Sulak back into his own end for the Czech Republic, but an icing call against Russia.
We talked about composure at the start of the game for this Russian squad. They get the first goal, feel a little better about themselves, but when they do bring it back into their own end, you can see the Czech Republic will continue to forecheck, and that forces the icing. That allows last change opportunity for the Czech Republic. They get their top line back out on the ice.
Musil dishes it off. Hronek ripped it, and he blasted that one over top the net. Back out through center ice. Galimov stick tapping, looking for one of the Czech players to put it onto his stick, but that wasn't happening as Musil plays it for Hronek. Hronek had a terrific tournament a couple of years ago. Offensively, he had 11 points, led all defensemen in scoring in Slovakia at the 2019 World Championship.
Started this season in the Czech Extra League and then was able to join the Red Wings. 26 points in the 56 games he played. A minus 18 that you don't want to carry around, but Detroit, they're in the rebuild mode. Doing their best each and every night.
He averaged 20 minutes and 28 seconds per game for the Czech Republic in Slovakia. Lots of ice time, and was a big-time producer for a team that went 6-1 in the round robin. Had a terrific preliminary tournament and got themselves into the playoffs before losing that bronze medal game to Russia. They lost to Canada in the semifinals. So Russia in the preliminary round beat the Czech Republic 3-0. Russia was the king of shutouts back in Slovakia.
Weren't they ever? And Vasilevsky was the goaltender, and they're kind of hoping he gets back here.
Time will tell, I guess. They are allowed to add NHL players. despite the fact the rosters have been expanded from 23 to 28. They are allowed to add NHL players. I think 6 is the number that they can add. Nikita Zadorov on for Slepyshev, the former Edmonton Oiler. Hedl takes over for the Czech Republic. Zohorna will play it back into his own end. Sulak on the regroup. Moravchik tried to get that through at center. That failed to work. And Sklenichka will take it in behind his own net.
The Russians really aren't buying into that regroup. They're still backing right off and forcing the Czech Republic to pass through players to get up the ice.
Almost a turnover at center. This was close to being offside. Kubalik drops it. And a wrist shot by Schmeichel, and then Schmeichel got taken down there by Barabanov.
Yeah, big collision.
Or Radil.
Radil with the shot, but it's Barabanov and then Zadorov there. Shot towards the goaltender, Samanov. He holds on to that one. Samanov played for Valery Bragin, the head coach of this Russian team. SKA St. Petersburg.
This is a big team, this Russian squad. A lot of 6'2", 200-pounders, some bigger than that. Radil, of course, spent a little bit of time with the San Jose Sharks. Cleared back in. Zhulanov's pass intercepted. Odd man rush. Flecken with the wrist shot. Save, loose puck, score! Somonov thought he had it, did not. And the Czech Republic, Jakub Fleck had the first opportunities. This one sneaks through. This game is tied 1-1.
Turnover by the Russians at the blue line, and Czech Republic take off the other way. Pickpocketed in the 2-on-1, and Fleck's gonna shoot. It's gonna squeak through. As you can see coming up the ice, Spacek was going towards the net. Looked like it was gonna go right towards the goaltender, squeezes through that right arm, and helpless Provorov actually kind of helps it into the net as he's trying to dig for it there. So 1-1. And the Czechs convert on a giveaway at the blue line.
The first IIHF event for Alexander Samanov, let alone his first world championship for Russia. Off the draw, grabbed off, and Russia will bring it right back in with Voronkov. He'll dish it off. Voronkov waits for it, plays it back at the blue line. Raftikov puts it back in behind the net. Trying to find a little bit of room is Shvets. Rogovoy just bounces around inside the line, ends up back, and Kovac is on it for the Czech Republic. 1-1 tie here in the opening period. Gets chased down on the far side. Shvets Rogovoy will play it back down low. And finally grabbed off by the Czech Republic. Looking for a little bit of room is Kubalik. And again, they'll play it back into their own end. Vitashek. His pass up the middle is intercepted. Morozov trying to get a shot away, couldn't. Bertisov plays it back down low. Comes off the stick. Galimov gets tied up on the far side. Vitashek trying to stay with him. Morozov, this works its way back at the line. Zadorov comes near side. Zub the blast. And Hrubits makes the save on that. Good pressure here by Russia in the opening period in a 1-1 tie. Artem Zub is in from the line, plays it down low. Bertisov trying to work it up front, short side try, bounces around, backdoor into the slot. It comes Artem Zub with the wrister, and that hits a body in front and goes up and down a play, and may have gone off Galimov. And we'll have a face-off. 1-1 here in the first. Yeah, whatever. You can take it out of the break if you want, Dave.
Go ahead.
Okay. Jakub Fleck, the goal-getter for the Czech Republic, also in his first IIHF event. Some different rosters this year. There are some players that probably didn't expect to be in this championship, but the late NHL schedule has kept some players who normally would be in this championship unavailable, even though the championship was moved back a couple of weeks. Face off in the Czech Republic zone. Karnukov in there for Russia. Zadina trying to get a stick on it. Hronek is there as well. Grigorenko puts it back at the line. Ivan Provorov with the wrister. That got blockered away. Slepyshev puts it to the side of the net, in a little tight there. Karnukov couldn't do much with it. Provorov waits for it to get back to the blue line. Provorov for Grigorenko. He'll send this back in behind the net. Slepyshev works it back. Grigorenko off the heel of his stick, spinning and firing Karnukov. And that got turned away. Hedl after a loose puck at center. Hedl in a battle there with Gavrikov. Gavrikov wins it. Zohorna at his own line for the Czech Republic, and Zadina will play it back into his own end.
It's the first time the Czech top line had to spend the entire shift in their own end defending. That's what the Russian team is going to have to do if they want to keep them off the board.
This gets sent all the way down the ice by Rafikov. Rubitz will come out. Not sure where he was playing that. There was no one in a white jersey on the near side, but it does end up back in the Russian zone. Musil trying to work it loose, ends up on the far side. Cleared up at center. Okulov gets to the line with Barabanov. That play comes to an end. And right back for Adam Musil. Musil gets rubbed out as he takes a bit of a bump on the near side boards. Musil after it in the corner. Musil gets tied up there with Kamenev. Okulov on for Kamenev. Works it into the Czech Republic zone, throws it cross ice, and Kovac grabs it off on the far side, and Kovac will look for a little bit of room. 7th World Championship for Jan Kovac. 10 points in 10 games at the 2019 championship for him. Kovac centers, looking for Kubalik in front, and that got intercepted. Kamenev plays it up through center. This gets stopped at the line and right back for Sklenichka. Kovac takes the pass, quick wrist shot, that missed as he was looking low blocker. Ivan Provorov plays it to the line. Kovac trying to hold it in camp. Slepyshev will play it up at center. Gavrikov with the long wrister, that went wide. Hronek stuffs it around for David Sklenichka, and he'll play it back for Hronek.
Well, the Czech Republic, they are kind of feeding some of their offensive forays off of turnovers by the Russians at the offensive zone blue line.
Nice play at the blue line by Seakac. On that spinorama, couldn't get a shot away. Controlled Seakac alone in front, and the pass never did get to him. Trying to jam that through was Lukas Radil. Slepyshev will bounce it out at center. Karnukov looking for Grigorenko. That failed to materialize. And Ozhiganov back into his own end with Zadorov. And Nikita Zadorov will just take it back in behind his own net, and Russia will complete the line change. Bank pass off the boards. Galimov sends it the rest of the way into the Czech Republic zone. Grubicek turned it over in behind the net. Grabbed off by Zadina. Zadina plays it in. Samonov trying to play it up the boards. That failed to work. Came to the side of the net. Grabbed off by Philip Hedl. Hedl, little spin around move, trying to lose the checking of Galimov. And it's cleared up through center. Morozov plays it cross ice. Galimov back from Morozov. Shot wide. Zadina drops it back. And Moravchik will control for the Czech Republic.
This game goes in fits and starts, and the Czech Republic, when they get to the offensive zone, they certainly are hungrier to get to pucks and playing physical, but once they give it up and the Russians get into the zone, they're looking for quick passes and one-timers.
Vitashek will leave it through center ice for Libor Sulak. He'll lift the backhander into the Russian zone. Provorov on for Barabanov. Plays it through, some room for Shalunov. Gets tied up in the corner. Czech Republic starting a change, and then Fleck elects to stay on the ice, and now with the puck safely out of his own zone, he will make his way to the Czech Republic bench. Rafikov parks in behind his own net for Russia. A Calgary pick back in 2013. And Hronek reverses against the traffic. Kovac dishes it off into the corner. Musil plays it up the middle, on and off the stick of Jacob Brana. And now cleared back. And Zadorov with Kubalik in after him. Zadorov finds a little bit of room, and then that room closes quickly as Radil forces him back. Artem Zub, lead pass up the middle. That almost worked on and off the stick of Karnukov, who was in behind the Czech Republic defense.
Seen that a couple of times now for the Russian players, going right between the defense and hoping for that pass to spring them free.
Slepyshev and Karnukov with a good bump in behind the net as he takes Libor Hayak down. Long bank pass off the boards. That was beyond the reach of Seacatch. Right back in, slap shot off the glove as Grigorenko unloaded. Gavrikov back for Grigorenko. Grigorenko will play it in behind the Czech Republic net. Vitashek starts back up for the Czech Republic. Zadina will take the pass. Zadina tried to slip that through, looking for Hedl. Hedl in the corner as we are into the final 2.5 here of period number 1. And Vitashek all the way back into his own zone. Second World Championship for him. Played in the 2018 Olympics for the Czech Republic. Zadina, a bump on Barabanov. And Sulak will gather it in. Sulak picks his way to the Russian line, drops for Adam Musil. Musil gets rubbed out in the corner. Hronek waits for it at the line. Musil will play it back for Sulak. And Sulak's shot tipped off a body and went wide. Tracked down by Adam Musil. He'll dish it off. Taken by Jakob Fleck. Fleck puts it to the front of the net. Backhander by Musil. And that went wide. Sulak will play it back in behind the net. And finally controlling it and slowing it down is Rushan Rafikov.
Czechs are doing a good job once they get into the offensive zone of being more physical along the wall and working pucks free, getting it to the front of the net. They just can't seem to get enough pressure on the goaltender, Samonov.
Ozhaganov's pass failed to materialize, brought back in, and offside is called. 1:26 left to go in the opening period here at the 2021 World Hockey Championship. Thank you. That's over on TSN 3 right now. But don't go there, this game is better. Yeah. to look at Valeri Bragin. So much success at the junior level with Russia. Gets his opportunity here at the World Championship as he replaces Ilya Vorobyev, who followed longtime coach Oleg Znarak, one of the more interesting characters
Yes.
at this World Championship.
I was a teammate of Ilya Vorobyev, and we were able to call that World Championship final where Russia looked like they had things going pretty good there. And think about the World Juniors where they coughed it up late at the end.
Slepyshev shot turned over. Kubalik carries back in. Slanichka follows up on the play. Played around the boards, and Zadorov will take the pass. Big Zadorov gets to center no further. Bit of a careless change there for Russia, but they get away with it. Into the final minute here of period number 1. And an icing call here. Some contact after the whistle.
The squad that Vorobyev was coaching is that Russian unit that took the Czech Republic to overtime in the bronze medal game. They were able to score a couple of shootout goals off the sticks of Nikita Kucherov and Nikita Gusev and Ilya Kovalchuk, and Vasilevsky shut the door, and that gave Russia the bronze medal 2 years ago now.
Face-off won by Russia. And this will get bounced out and sent back down the ice. Brubets plays it around the boards, and Filipino trying to chop it out, gets a little bit of help. And Ivan Provorov, the former Brandon Wheat King, will play this up at center. Gavrikov sends it through. Rogovoy trying to get that to the side of the net. Comes to the near corner. Voronkov had to get away from him, and then Voronkov gets jammed up by Muravchik in the corner. Voronkov trying to work at 3 dying seconds here of period number 1, and Brubets will grab it and hang on to it.
Puck just leaked its way towards the goaltender, and he was forced to put a glove on it. A little bit of pushing and shoving afterwards, but cooler heads prevail.
Over in Riga Arena, it is 1-0 Germany leading Italy, out shooting them 16-5. And Italy has just tied that game up 1-1. Morozov will try and pull this face-off back to Provorov and get one last scoring chance. Provorov jumps on the loose puck, but it was bouncing on him, and the first period will come to an end.
A little jittery for both teams. That's to be expected in the first period of the opening match of the World Championship.
So 20 minutes done, and Russia and the Czech Republic get this tournament going, and 1-1, 20 minutes done at the World Championship.
It is.
Stay, boys, stay, boys. Hey, guys! Good. Hey, boys, straight, okay? Sticks down, sticks down. Straight? Yeah. Go, 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 go!
Ah, that's good, that's good, that's good. No, 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 no.
Hey, hey, hey! Stay, guys, stay, guys.
Yeah. What happened is Sherratt stepped up on Tavares, hit him, and then Tavares fell. Perry was coming this way. Perry and had no idea that Tavares was falling that way. And he tried to jump him, but he got him right in the head with his knee.
Yeah, I haven't seen
I know
it yet.
that Corey Perry doesn't get many breaks, and he shouldn't, but this was accidental.
Yeah.
why I have trouble with that. It's not that hard. Shvets Rogovoy.
It's a mouthful. By the time you finish, you start giving the puck away. Yep.
1-1 tie, Berdashov, there's the goal scorer. Grigorenko and Morozov had the assist on his tally. It's listed as a power play marker. It's Alexander Samonov in his first World Hockey Championship. And Simon Hrubitz from the Gagarin champion Omsk team. Scoring play for the Czech Republic, Fleck from Michael Spacek. So the second period gets going. Tipkin will dump it in. Kubalik back for the Czech Republic. Kubalik gets pressured. Played around to the near side for Musil. On for Hronek. Hronek will snap it up at center. Jakub Branner trying to come up with it, does. And he'll take it back into his own zone. Pass up the middle was in behind Kubalik. And Nikita Zadorov goes back for it. And Zadorov will dish it off for Kamenev. Kamenev got bumped and knocked down by Branner. And Zadorov sends it on for Anton Slepyshev. He gets to the line no further. And Artem Zub sends it on for Grigorenko. He'll slip it in. And back forward is Libor Hayak. A junior with the Saskatoon Blades, ended up with the Regina Pats. Drop back into the slot. Slap shot save made as Moravchik stepped into that one in the high slot.
I've been impressed so far with this Czech squad. They're able to gain the blue line with speed. This is a behind the back pass for the trailing defenseman to hammer into. No screen in front, so easy for the goaltender Samonov to hold on to. But you know, the Czechs have been able to push the Russians off the blue line and then make plays coming into the zone.
Great view of that slap shot from the high slot. Czech Republic in on the attack, and Radil gets that to the front of the net. And Simonov will grab it and hang on to it.
Radil played his hockey this past season with Spartak Moscow, his first year there. His second World Championship.
Face-off in the Russian zone. Sulak at the line. Sulak will play it down, and this will come off a stick and sent all the way back down. And chasing it back is Libor Sulak. Turns it up ice, gets it inside the Russian line, and Gavrikov's cross-ice pass comes off a stick. Seacatch got a stick in front of it. And our broadcast position, we do have to keep our head up because we are very close to ice level.
About 20 feet behind the penalty boxes and 10 feet up. We're in prime tipped puck location. I've taken a couple to my face throughout my hockey career. Got some stitches to show for that. I don't need to add to them, Dennis.
Dennis Bayag, Dave Tomlinson, our TSN crew. Bucky Buchanan, our producer. As the World Championship gets underway, Morozov takes this in across the line. Shot through some traffic, bounces around in front, ends up in the corner. Yalimov gets pinned to the backboards with Musil. Yalimov waits for it in behind the net. Yalimov will chip it for Ivan Morozov. Morozov got the puck taken away from him. And it's bounced back down the ice, and Ozhiganov back for it, but this will be an icing call against the Czech Republic.
Just some confusion by the Czech Republic with Russia coming into the zone on who's to take whom, and Schmeichel's able to make this block shot here. He should have been going out to the defenseman, but he got caught looking, so gets down in time to block that shot.
Same colors for Team Russia, but you saw the different logo there. That, of course, goes back to a court of arbitration of sport that has banned the flag, the anthem, and the logo. So it's replaced by ROC, which is Russian Olympic Committee. And the Russian anthem, should Russia go on to win this game, will not be played. We'll touch more on what will be played a little later. Should have come to that point. Poke to the blue line. Kubalik will hold it in, lifts a backhander. Samonov looks one way, dishes it off to the corner. Libor Hayak in from the line. Moravchik trying to get that back down in front of the net, cleared away. And Russia will skate this back out at center. Kamenev, and this will be grabbed and held. We'll get a face-off.
Better job by the Czech Republic this time, accepting the rush. As we see the goal scorer from the first period for the Czech Republic, Lucas Fleck. His helmet adjusted at the bench, but Russia likes to fill lanes coming into the zone. Fleck takes a bit of a high hit from Zadorov. When the Russians come into the zone, they like to interchange, and the Czech Republic doing a good job of identifying who's who. And that rush got snuffed out in a hurry.
So Yaroslav Spacek in behind the Czech Republic bench, one of the assistant coaches. Martin Straka is one of the assistant coaches as well. Philip Poussin is the head coach. This gets sent back in by Hedel. Zadina waits for it on the far side. So should Russia win this game, it will be Tchaikovsky's Piano Concerto #1 that will be played in place of the anthem. Back in behind the Czech Republic net. Slepyshev goes after it on the far side. Slepyshev trying to work it loose. Thomas Zohorna there for the Czech Republic will send it back out. Gavrikov will break it up at center. Provorov plays it back for Gavrikov. Up the middle. Shalunov plays it into the Czech Republic zone. Just gets cleared around by boards by Vitacek into the front of the net. And Philip Hedel is there to play it. And Spacek, who had an assist on the goal in that opening period, will play it up at center, and into the Russian zone it goes. Ozhiganov plays it back into his own end. Back on the regroup, lead pass. A little bit of room up through center ice for Seacatch. Dishes it off, shot goes off the leg, ends up on the near side. And back up the ice now for Okulov. Turns, spins it, fires it to the front of the net. Morozov lets it come back at the line. Played back down low. And slow to get up. In behind the net is Okulov for Russia. To grab his left shoulder and now does make his way slowly to the Russian bench. Slap shot by Hronik. He can rip it. And he puts that one over top the net. A little bit of chin music on Samonov. And back in for Russia to the front of the net. Trubitz poked that away. Penalty coming up on the play. And Russia will go to the power play for the second time in this game.
It's a hooking call, but behind the play, when Okulov was slow to the bench, his replacement came on and was able to hustle behind the Czech defense and get in for a scoring chance. Stanichka is in the penalty box for the hook. Burdasov puts it out front, and there's the stick into the stick in the body. This is the hit from earlier from Musil. And Okulov goes down awkwardly. Russia will try to capitalize with the power play and see if Okulov comes back later in this game.
Ozhiganov dishes it off for Grigorenko. Ozhiganov, Berdashov, who has the goal, back for Ozhiganov. That shot, that got blocked. And that's Smarts as Schmeichel gets up a little slowly, stays out there on the PK. Ozhiganov tees another one up, and again, that got blocked by Schmeichel. Short side try, good save. Rubens came across quickly as Berdashov was looking for his second of the game.
There was room upstairs as well, but getting across Rubitz gets the left leg down. Again, good puck movement by the Russians once they're in zone.
Berdyshev puts it in behind the net. Grigorenko controls. Berdyshev floats his way to the near side, looking for the pass, but it's played up top. Now down for Berdyshev. Here comes the one-timer, and he blasted that one wide. Berdyshev worked his way all the way from the far side, slowly to the near side, and opened himself up for that one-timer on the power play. Takes this pass, tees it up, wrist shot. That got blocked in front, and Rubitz will grab it and hold.
Berdyshev having a conversation afterwards with Voronkov. Back to the point. Provorov tries to get it through. It's blocked. And the Russians, when they look like they're about to shoot, will take that extra second and move it over. You mentioned the one-timer. Nicely done, but it's Voronkov in front. Says, I got to get out of the way of that one.
Berdyshev has moved around the KHL a little bit. As we go through this tournament, you will find that a lot of players move around inside the KHL. Arnukov will take this face-off against Thomas Zahorna. Well, he won't. Is he going to get tossed? Nope, just going to redo it. Face-off win back at the line, Provorov. Shalunov will play it around the boards. 40 seconds left in the power play for Russia. Back up for Ivan Provorov. Barabanov back for Provorov. That didn't miss by very much. Bounces around, and Vitashek has this go off the stick, and it's a high stick, so this will bring the face-off outside the line. Or off a Russian stick.
Yeah, eventually hit Barabanov off the helmet, as a matter of fact. There was that one-timer from Provorov that missed. Tried to work it back towards the net. It was deflected up high, and Barabanov wants this on the stick. He's not going to get it on the stick. It's using your head.
Isn't that copyright infringement?
Could be.
One J on right, played back into the corner. Slepyshev dishes it off, back up top, it comes for Ivan Provorov. Provorov plays it for Shalunov. Barabanov trying to track it down. And the power play about to expire. Barabanov waits for it on the far side. 3 shots on that power play for Russia. Shot through traffic, that floated wide, and Sklenichka out of the penalty box. And Sklenichka's pass looking for Schmeichel. And that was intercepted. Right back into the Czech Republic zone. Arnukov. And this will get deflected. No icing on the play. And Artem Zub will get back into his own zone. Watched there by Kovac. Gets it for Zadorov. Zadorov lead pass. Berdyshev and Rubitz will hang on to that. 1-1 tie, period number 2 here in Riga.
Thank you. Provorov plays the whole 2 minutes, eh? The power play.
Yeah. Belarus and Slovakia, our second game here in Riga in Pool A. 1-1 tie in this game. We talked about Philip Dusan, the head coach of the Czech Republic, took over from Milos Riha, who passed away in August at the age of 61, complications of COVID. And Passan taking over behind the bench. Offside called here against Russia.
Passan won the Extraliga for the White Tigers, or Billy Tigre, as a 38-year-old head coach in 2016, was coach of the year in 2017, and then was most recently sport manager before taking the head coaching job, and the general manager of the Czech Republic, none other than Peter Nedved.
He's done a good job convincing players to come and play in this championship. Artem Zub's shot that never got through. To the front of the net, off a skate, and Hrubits there to quickly clear that away. Played around by Spacek up at center ice. Kubalik. He'll dish it off for Vrana in front. Sulak in from the line, bounces around in front of the net, and finally grabbed and taken out of harm's way by Kamenev.
Spacek was going towards the net, and then he turned away. If he had kept going and had a stick down, that puck would have come right to him.
Artem Zub's pass is a misfire. Icing will be the call.
Another nice play into the zone by the Czech Republic, and a couple of quick passes. 52 turns away right there. That puck was laying there as Zub went into his own goaltender, Simonov. He couldn't recover. It's a bad time for a hug, but puck gets down the ice for icing.
Again, some early movement delays the drop of the puck. Zub on for Grigorenko, and he'll bank it off the boards, and Anton Slepyshev will send it the rest of the way in. Long pass as Hronek snaps this off the boards on the right side, and this will be another icing call, except this one will be against the Czech Republic.
Hronek was drafted in 2016 by the Detroit Red Wings, 53rd overall. And he's so mobile, right-hand shot defenseman. Looking for stretch passes for most of this game.
Another face-off win by Russia. Ozhiganov will track this back at center ice as it comes around the glass. Sends it across. Grigorenko giving chase. Slepyshev there as well. Slepyshev gets tied up by Hronek. Chopped loose for Zadina. He'll play it back for Hronek. Grigorenko in on the forward check. This gets cleared up at center ice, and Ozhiganov will carry it right back in. Ozhiganov, Karnukov in for Grigorenko. Grigorenko, and play gets whistled down for crease violation. The puck will come outside the line as Grigorenko drives into the net.
It looked like both Czech defensemen just allowed Grigorenko, you have him, no, and he goes towards the net. Following the play in, his skates get into the blue paint, contact with the goaltender, and the face-off will be outside.
Morozov, another face-off win back for Provorov. Provorov gets it on, and Bertisov will play it the rest of the way in. And whistle down. Hrubits went for a spill in behind the net.
Delayed offside, but Bertisov wasn't aware. Hrubits catches an edge and goes down awkwardly. Would have been a quick chance for a wraparound, but the linesman had it right.
Galimov thought he had an easy one there, but all of a sudden the whistle went. Kayak snaps it up the middle. This will get deflected in. Race for the loose puck. There's Lucas Radil going after it, but play whistled down. Some contact in behind the plays. We looked at Ivan Provorov.
He's going to enjoy playing for Valeri Bragin. Played the full 2 minutes on the last Russian power play. The Russians in the first period had a power play marker with some good puck movement.
Germany leading Italy 4-2 over the big rink. And the lead pass intended for Radil. And the faceoff's going to come all the way back as Moravchik will go over to Radil and discuss that. There's a look at Philip Bissan. First World Championship for him. Spent some time at St. Francis in his younger days. Libor Hayak plays this up. Sikac plays it back into his own zone. Hayak will go after it. Moravchik will take the pass. Play it back for Hayak. Snaps it up the middle. Gobbled up by Radil. Radil hits the line. Moravchik follows up, tried to drive it through. That goes off a leg. Gavrikov trying to clear. Played back to the blue line by Sikac, but this will make its way all the way back. And Hrubits will come out and play it across for Moravik.
Hrubits was making sure that he was skating intentionally. He didn't want to catch another edge.
To the line and carried in. And this will be offside as Adam Musil got tied up at the line. 1-1 tie here in period number 2.
You are correct. It has hit a wall. Thank you, sir. There we go.
Czech Republic back in action tomorrow as they will play Switzerland. And Russia back in action tomorrow as well as Russia will play Great Britain tomorrow. Switzerland, Czech Republic, a couple of teams that could make some noise here at this championship.
I'm with you on Switzerland. They always seem to have fantastic goaltending. And they've got some young skill with some NHL pedigree in their lineup.
Kovac back into his own end. Slips it around the boards. Hansa will dump it up to Sulak, and he'll play it back out to center ice. Kubalik back in for Kovac. Kovac puts on the brakes against Zub. Back to the line. Sulak stick explodes. Sklenichka finds a little bit of room, turns, gets to the forehand, drifts out through a whole bunch of traffic, but it ends up going wide. Back at the line, Musil, Sklenichka. He'll play it back across. Musil dishes it off for Kovac. Kovac, Vrana turns, fires, and that goes off the shaft of the stick, bounces towards the side of the net, and Samonov will smother it.
That's about the first shift of the period, the second period, where the Czech Republic had some extended zone time. They were able to swap off a defenseman and then keep the play alive, but that bouncer goes towards the net. Seal, we saw him earlier with some physical play. And Vrana is looking to try to get his top line going.
Czech Republic had the first 2 shots on goal in the second period since they have been outshot 7-1. Not a lot of scoring chances here in period number 2. Riga, Latvia, the site of this 2021 World Hockey Championship on the shores of the Baltic Sea. Grigorenko after it in the corner, tied up with Hronek. centered, cross ice it goes. There's Ganov getting it to the front of the net. That goes off a skate. Slepyshev with the quick shot. And that goes off a stick and out of play. Slepyshev had a pretty good scoring position. Elected to pass it off.
He did, and we've seen this a couple of times for the Russian team where it looks like it's a great chance to shoot and he'll make that extra pass. Isn't connected. Ozganov was shooting before the puck got to his stick, and Slepyshev, some years in the Oilers organization, laments that pass wasn't converted.
Collision right off the face-off as Seacatch was in the middle of it. Hayek ties up Zadina. Barabanov is after it. Barabanov. Voronkov heads to the front of the net. Shot through traffic. Voronkov all tied up, and Hrubits will grab it and hang on to it.
Barabanov was waiting for that traffic to get to the front of the net. We've seen it a couple of times that the Russian defenseman will sneak into the front of the net and allow the forwards to come out high. Wins a puck battle, keeps looking, no one goes to him, so he takes the open space. Now the traffic's there and the shot comes through. Once again, Hrubits, he's been stopping pucks, but they've been just sitting around his feet. He was able to hold on to this one afterwards. No Russian was able to poke at that free puck.
At 19, Voronkov is the youngest player on this squad.
Galmov, not the best season for him in Columbus. Things just kind of fell as the NHL schedule wore on.
Shot to the short side, that got turned aside. As Galimov got that one through. Galimov on it again. Bertashov being forced in behind the net. Keeping an eye on him was Vitashek. And Vitashek will come up with it. Down low after a loose puck is Musil. Winds his way to center. Dishes it off, goes in after it. This gets tied up in the corner. Schmeichel got knocked down, gets up, stays on it. Gets it back for Musil. It got away from him, and Morozov will play it back. Galimov back for Morozov. Morozov to the line, takes it wide on Sulak. Galimov back for Morozov. Up top, Artem Zub. Zadorov dishes it off. Russia starts a line change. And Sulak will control.
I'm going to fess up. I got Gavrikov mixed up with Galimov when I was talking about the Blue Jackets.
Taken out through center, Philip Hedl. He'll dish it off. Spacek got bumped and knocked down on the far side, and Zub will play it back, and Spacek will chase it down. Spacek trying to drop pass for Hronek. Comes back for Spacek, plays it to the near corner. In on the forecheck is Rogovoy. Shrets Rogovoy, dishes it off, comes back at the line. And Zadorov drifts one in from the line wide. Artem Zub jumped in after a loose puck, but Philip Hedl of the New York Rangers is there to grab it off. Hedl hits the line, had Zadina with him. That's as far as that play gets in. Slepyshev with some speed. And Slepyshev ran out of room against Klanichka. And Zadina dangerously in front of his own net gets taken down. Grigorenko looked over his left shoulder, and as he looked over, there was the referee putting his arm up. Power play coming for the Czech Republic.
Right. Okay, Czech power play. What do you got?
Yeah. They gave your power play the big build-up at the start of the game, so let's see what they can do.
Being on so early in the tournament.
Republic was a big part of the Czech Republic power play a couple of years ago at the World Championship. Power play that ran at 18%, but had 33 opportunities, which was second most in the World Championship. Switzerland led the way at 38. So the second most power plays and the most shorthanded situations, so cutting into the 5-on-5 time.
Well, they took 48 minors in that tournament, and once they got the power play, just the 6 power play goals. See, once they get control, if they are able to move it around like we've been hearing about.
Russia's penalty kill #1 back at that last World Championship, operating at 91.6%. Vrana chases this down into his own zone before the NHL trade deadline. I'm not sure the Czech Republic expected to have Vrana on the roster. It got moved to Detroit. This gets turned over at center ice. Back in front, shorthanded, try, score! It got turned over at center. And a shorthanded goal, and Russia has the lead 2-1.
It's getting too fancy at the offensive zone blue line, and Svets Rogoboy makes the Czech Republic pay. He goes right towards the net, he's able to go past the blocker side. Nice feed from Kamenev at that Czech Republic power play with 4 forwards and Hronek back on the defense. Just all ran into each other at the blue line. Kamenev looked like he was going to take off. All eyes went towards him, and then the feed towards Svets Rogoboy, and it's now 2-1 for Russia.
So the Czech power play, a -1. Looking to get even here with time left. Seakac gets to the line, no room there against Artem Zub. And Sulak on for Thomas Zahorna. Zahorna watched by Barabanov. Zahorna will find a little bit of room, finds Zadina. Zadina carries in, sets up the man advantage, plays it for Sulak. Near side for Spacek. Spacek back for Sulak, on for Zadina. Zadina, quick shot to the short side. Samonov makes the save. Zadorov was unable to clear. Sulak holds it into the line, back for Zadina. Zadina into the slot, Spacek back for Sulak, unloads, save made. Scramble, puck is loose, cleared to the line. Good job by Sulak to hold it in. On for Spacek, back for Sulak. Tried to one-time that across for Zadina, and it got away from him. Zadina back in for Michael Spacek. Spacek trying to find a little bit of room against the checking of Karnukov. Libor Hayek down for Zadina. Into the slot it goes. Thomas Zahorna shot. That got blocked. Power play is over. 2 shots on that man advantage. Grigorenko out of the box. And Hrubits gets a piece of that with the blocker. Slap shot from the far side, slammed all the way around the boards. As Kamenev unloaded but missed the target. Carried back in, Gavrikov to the front of the net, and that goes off a skate wide. Kamenev chases it down on the far side. Hayek stays with him. Kamenev sends it down low. Svets Rogoboy plays it back to the near side. Vrana gets there ahead of Gavrikov. Gavrikov blocks it, gets a little bit of help. And Svets Rogoboy will play it back down low. Cleared back down. Timken got spilled on the play. Kamenev settles it down. Russia starts a change. Kamenev leaves it. Ozhiganov takes a bump on the play from Zahorna, and then Zahorna got the stick chopped out of his hand. Worked back at the linesman, but the linesman wasn't going to make the call. One official was in the corner. Here's a chance. Vrana scores! Vrana gets in behind everyone and draws the Czech Republic even 2-2.
Just a beautiful stretch pass. They weren't connecting earlier for the Czech Republic, but Vrana took off, got it right on the tape, and made no mistake. Russia was moving the puck around, and one pass later, got a goal scorer making good.
2 minutes and 26 seconds between the two goals as Vrana comes in, takes a look, and snaps it.
Kubalik was the forward who got the puck from his own defenseman, and his eyes went up immediately. Vrana was already in top gear, and it looked like Samanoff was able to catch up to that one with the right hand.
Nikita Zadorov plays this out to center ice. Sklenichka takes the drop pass. Sklenichka from Hansel back to Sklenichka, carries in, wrister to the short side, that got turned away. Radil in after a loose puck, cleared away. Slepyshev back for Russia. Slepyshev trying to take this wide, and he got forced to the outside. Good defensive play there by Sulak. Sulak pressuring again, came to the near side boards for Grigorenko. On for Slepyshev. They try to get the cycle going. Seacatch breaks it up and ends up in behind the net. Backward is Robin Hansel. He couldn't do anything with it. Russia controls with Grigorenko, and his pass comes off a body and gets cleared up at center ice by Hansel. And Gavrikov back into his own zone will lead for Provorov. On for Barabanov. Hits the line, chips it in, goes in after it, cleared away from him, and Sklenichka will send this ahead for Adam Musil. Provorov knocked it away from him. Provorov gets inside position on Fleck. He clears a backhand, and Barabanov plays it through. Voronkov spins off one check. Voronkov hangs onto it, and then it does get cleared by Hronek, but no one down the far side boards. And an icing call against the Czech Republic.
Czechs weren't able to capitalize on their power play. In fact, give up a shorthanded marker. Vrana makes things good again with a shot past the blocker. Doesn't miss when he gets in that close, that's for sure.
And Vrana made no mistake. And it was a great pass by Kubalik.
Saw earlier in that period where every stretch pass by the Czech Republic went down for an icing. So as soon as they looked up, you thought, well, can they actually get it right to him? And they did.
Musil is after it. Zadorov chopped it away from him. Germany has added a couple more. It's now 6-2. Germany over Italy. Artem Zub here in a 2-2 game. Grubitz plays it on for Kovac. Kovac spins and puts it back in behind his own net for Musil. And the second period comes to an end.
I think we expected it to be this tight. Russia was better in the first half of the period. The Czech Republic stormed back in the latter half.
1-1 after 1, 2-2 after 2 at the 2021 World Hockey Championship.
Mask on.
I did. Like, I've gotten so used to wearing it.
No.
It dawned on me, why am I sounding funny?
Muffled.
Yeah. Why am I muffled?
That's
What's
awesome.
wrong with my microphone?
Yeah.
Senior moment.
Yeah. There's Verano with the bad pass on that power play. The escape went the other way.
Good job, boys. Good job. Go. Move, move. Hey.
Nine. Hook. Good, stay out, good job. Arms down, arms down. Great. Go, 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 go. Loose, loose, loose. Go, 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 own player, go, go. Hey, sticks down, boys. Hey, hey, hey. Good. Three.
Yep, go, boys. Down with your stick and stay still. Give me a fair chance.
Jakub Brana with a goal in this game as we get set to start period number 3 in a 2-2 deadlock. Russia was 7-0 last year in the preliminary. Czech Republic was 6-1. Russia had 36 goals for, 7 goals against. 4 of the 7 wins came via shutout. Vasilevsky had 2. Georgiev had 2. But with the late NHL season, not as many NHL players in this championship as we have seen in the past.
Which gives some of the younger players the opportunity to wear their team's jersey at the highest level. You mentioned the record for the Czech Republic, 6-1 in the qualifying round. That one loss was a 3-0 deficit to Russia.
Kamenev back in his own end. Chips it off the boards. And this will get cleared up at center. Svets Rogovoy. Pass goes off a stick. Line change as Verana goes over to have a chat with the linesman.
Well, he's complaining because it was a delayed offside and he continued to pressure, and so they sent it down into his end for the face-off, but he was saying he wasn't aware, didn't hear. It's not like he's being overwhelmed by the crowd in here.
4 goals in the 2019 championship for Jakub Brana, and it is disappointing that there is no fans, but that's the way it had to be. Artem Zub slap shot because the Latvian hockey fans are among the best in the world.
Yes, and by best you also mean loudest.
Yes.
They start the party and it just keeps going.
Yep. Lasts for about 2.5 weeks.
It does.
Latvia will play Canada tonight. The first game of the tournament for both those teams. Shot from the high slot, turn aside to Slepyshev. Let the wrister through. Thomas Zohorna on a loose puck. And Zohorna will pitch it. Rabchik will send it up for Philip Hedl. Hedl with a little bit of room, gets to the backhand. And the backhander goes off the stick and wide. Comes around the boards, gets cleared out at center ice by Shalunov. After it is Voronkov. Voronkov tied up with Hronek. As they battle in the Czech Republic zone. Finally, it does come loose. Hronek pokes it back into the corner, though. Musil plays it on, and this will get lifted out by Hedl, but it doesn't clear the zone. Good bump on the near side of Shalunov, got taken to the boards. Zadina stepped into Provorov, and the puck loose for Hronek. He'll get the center, hammers it in wide of the net, comes off the backboards, and Provorov got there just in the nick of time as Sikac was in looking for a loose puck. Provorov gets inside position with a good body check there on Radil. Voronkov gets tied up with Musil. And the puck grabbed off at center and carried in by Shalunov. He'll dump it deep, turn and hit to the bench on the change. Barabanov goes in after it. Barabanov bumped by Vitashek. To the front of the net it comes, and in the high slot, Ozhiganov let the wrister go wide. Played back around the boards by Rafnikov. Pressure here by Russia early in the third period, and a 2-2 tie, and Jakub Fleck will send this down the ice. And an icing call coming into this third period. Russia had won 25 of 42 faceoffs and had outshot the Czech Republic 21-13.
And just came out in this third period with the movement that we've seen from them in the offensive zone. Barabanov had a long shift, but he's able to get the puck out front for a nice opportunity. Now the Russians will try to, you mentioned their face-offs, try to do something off this face-off with a bit of an alignment.
Grigorenko and Berdashov each have 4 shots on goal in this game. Lukas Radil leads the Czech Republic with 3. Loose puck in the corner, Schmeichel gets all tied up. Schmeichel finally digs it loose, sends it on for Vitashek. Vitashek had his stick lifted. Czech Republic thought there should have been a penalty on the play. Here comes Fleck, odd man rush, and Fleck tried to dish that across, and Schmeichel couldn't get a stick on that. And Schmeichel looking for that cross-ice pass. Sklenicka back into his own zone for Libor Hayak. Hayak being watched by Galimov, the long pass. Kovac goes in after it. Samonov lets it go, and Artem Zuba's there. Zub will play it on for Yevgeny Timkin. No room for him, and it's back deep in behind the Russian net. Kovac trying to poke it loose, does. And then on the loose puck is Kamenev. Kamenev got away from a little bit of a hook. Gets to the line, but sent right back in by Libor Hayak. And Zub will try it to the near side, but Dominik Kubalik is there to intercept. So good pressure here now by the Czech Republic. Brana. And Brana got taken down to one knee. Hronek gets it back for Brana. Brana was looking for Hronek, but there was a stick in the passing lane. As Svech Rogovoy had his stick there, so he elects to dump it deep. Hronek after it for Kovac. Kovac back at the line. Brana. Musil down for Hronek. Tried to poke it back to Musil. And Svech Rogovoy there to break it up for Russia. Clears it back out at center, but right back in for Kubalik. Tried to leave it at the line. Musil jumps on the loose puck. Tried to jam it down low, could not. Against the checking of Timkin. And it's back out at center ice.
It's a top line again for the Czech Republic. And Brana is keying all things. They've got good patience in the offensive zone. Hronek back on the blue line, just couldn't get a shot through.
Zahorna, short side try, that's turned away. Gavrikov got tied up in behind the net. Hedl in the slot, trying to get that to the forehand, but Ivan Provorov closed in on him quickly. Sulak at center sends this through for Zadina. Away from him and Gavrikov. Sends it back into the Czech Republic zone. Moravchik hustles back forward, starts the attack on for Zahorna. Zahorna wrist shot to the short side. Samonov had it, lost it. And then we'll get the catching glove on it. We'll get a face-off in the Russian zone.
All that offensive zone time. Here's the 2-on-1 where Flex scored from a spot like that back in the first period. He elects a saucer pass, and Schmeichel can't have it land on the toe of his stick so that he can shoot that puck. Used to discuss it at the Czech bench.
Some of these players have not played for quite some time. Some of the leagues, again, never really got going. Some had shortened seasons because of COVID. Voronkov pops this off his stick. Some room now, Barabanov. Voronkov runs a little pick on Sklenichka. And the puck is taken away by Radil. Away from him, Barabanov scores! Turnover in the Czech Republic zone. And Alexander Barabanov has regained the lead for Russia.
Some sloppy play behind the net. And the turnover goes to Barabanov. He's able to walk across the top of the slot. There's traffic so that he can continue to hold on to it. He initially gives the puck away and then floats out to the top of the slot, but Radil lifts his head. The puck's not there anymore. And there's no way that Rubitz can see this. Barabanov takes a look, takes a stride, sees the traffic, gets it through. Every goal in this game has gone past the blocker on both goalies, but this is the go-ahead goal for Russia, 3-2.
Fourth World Championship for Barabanov. It was young Voronkov that got his stick in that passing lane, so he should pick up an assist. So Russia again with the one-goal lead. They led 1-0, they led 2-1. And an icing call here against Russia will bring the face-off back.
Barabanov was coming into the zone initially on this play. I thought, oh, he's having a good game, and then loses the puck. I thought, oh, okay, not so much. Well, goal scorers find the way to get the puck in a scoring position. And the celebration tells the story.
Kovac wins the face-off. Hronek tried to chip it back for Dominik Kubalik. And it comes out at center. David Musil on the loose puck, and he'll rattle this right back in. Goes to Musil, the son of František Musil. To the line. No room for Morozov. Gavrikov had it, lost it. Short side draw by Kubalik, and that went wide. At the line, Hronek looking for a deflection. That's cleared away from the front of the net. And Svech Rogovoy will send this back into the Czech Republic zone. Hronek down a goal, looking to start a rush. Tried to go cross ice, and Svets Rogovoy all the way back to break it up. And right back up the ice and across the line. That shot goes off a stick and wide as Kamenev led the rush. Kamenev intercepts. Kamenev trying to center it. He had Grigorenko out front, couldn't get it to him. Kamenev drops it off. Nikita Zadorov jumps in from the line. Zadorov, Artem Zub, and Bruvitz makes the save. Timken going after it to the far side, deflected away from him. And Russia does control. Kamenev. And now a penalty coming up on the play. It's going to be a high sticking call, so Russia with the lead will go back to the power play.
Thank you.
It's there, he sold. Barabanov with the go-ahead goal comes out on the power play. Russia 1 for 2 with a man advantage. 8 shots on the 2 power plays. Sklenichka on the loose puck, and he'll lift this all the way down the ice. Provorov is back for it. Vichashek in the penalty box, 2 for high sticking. Thought there was maybe a bit of a sell job on the penalty, but Russia to the power play. Barabanov. Yalovov goes cross ice. Slepyshev drops it at the line. Shalunov plays it back. Barabanov goes cross ice. And Shalunov with the wrister, and he fired that one wide. Sklenichka blocked it at the short side. Provorov with the wrister. And that never got through. Bounces around in the high slot and finally picked up. And Fleck will clear it down the ice. Semenov sends it ahead quickly for Barabanov. He'll drop for Shalunov. Back for Barabanov. Chopped it towards the front of the net. Battle for a loose puck. It's kept in by Barabanov. Shot and a save made by Hrubitz. We'll get a face-off.
A couple times in this game, especially on the penalty kill, the Czech Republic, they'll get the puck, but they won't look to immediately get it down the ice. They want to get it and start skating with it. The turnover eventually gets to Slepyshev. That heavy slap shot right to the goaltender, Hrubitz.
And Morozov and Zahorna hunker in for the face-off. Into the back half of the power play now, and Sklenichka on the loose puck, and he'll dump it all the way down the ice.
Yeah, that's more definitive, and it looked like they were going to spring Radil for a breakaway with that aerial dump down the ice.
Grigorenko plays it cross ice. Morozov. Berdyshev, who has a power play goal in this game, plays it for Grigorenko. His pass back to the line, kept in by Ozhiganov. Cross ice it goes, and Berdyshev unloaded, and another good save. Centered in front, Grigorenko is alone, and the pass never did get to him. Berdyshev just parks himself on that far side and absolutely unloads. And there's another one, and that one got blocked. Grigorenko after it into the final few seconds of the power play. Ozhiganov controls, sends it down. Berdyshev, Ozhiganov, 3 shots on that power play for Russia.
Russians didn't see that Lucille had blocked that shot and broken his stick, so he's defending at the front of the net without a stick. I mean, that's where you want to pass the puck, but Now they're back to 5-on-5. They escaped that, the Czech Republic do.
Zahorna in the corner in his own end. Czech Republic completes the change, nearing the midway mark of the third period. And a 1-goal lead for Russia. Timkin just parks.
That's a staring contest.
Yep. Kubalik on for Vrana. Vrana carries in. Kubalik with the shot, and that just missed. Kubalik after it again. He has found the back of the net in the National Hockey League a number of times with Chicago. Kubalik has initially a Los Angeles pick. Vorolchik drives it in, lets the wrister go, and that goes wide. Goes in after a loose puck. Puck's there with Artem Zub. Vorolchik stuffs it back at the line, comes near side for Kubalik. Kubalik through traffic. That got blocked before it got to the net, and flipped out of harm's way by Kamenev. Slapyshev is after it. Slapyshev tied up by Moravchik. Slapyshev, the captain of this Russian team, trying to work it loose. Kovac is there, and he'll play it back for Slanichka. Slanichka, 1 full year with Laval, Montreal's farm team. Kovac plays it through at center. Hedl carries in, try to slide it through for Hronek. Hronek, see him jump into the play here in the final 9-10 of this period, down a goal. Hronek tied up in the corner, plays it back at the line. Zadina tried to work it loose. Kovac lends support, back for Zadina, back for Kovac. Sulak on the near side waiting for it, never did get to him. And Provorov will bank it off a stick, and Slapyshev is on it. Slapyshev gets rubbed out on the far side by Libor Sulak. And the Czech Republic right back up with Hronek. Hronek rattles this one around the boards. Bogozhanov tried to clear, blocked by Spacek, comes back to the line. Sulak sends it low. Hronek from a sharp angle, turned away by Semenov. Voronkov chases this down into the Czech Republic zone. Philip Hedl is after him. Knocked it off his stick. Played up the boards, but Barabanov is there. Zadorov, that shot deflected in front, ticked off the outside of the post. Blocker side on Hrubits. Hronek on it again and back for Sulak.
It's a long shift for Hronek, and he still can't get off the ice.
Spacek, Sikac, former Montreal Canadian, some time with Anaheim. Sikac sends it in. Russia will control with Zadorov. On for Artem Zub, back for Zadorov, gets to the red line and pumps it in. Sikac will take it off the backboards. Pass up the middle at center by Hansel. Fleck is after it, plays it into the corner. And a scrum ensues. Hansel gets into the pile. Comes back at the line for Musil, and a glove save by Semenov, and he'll hang on to it. 7:20 left to go in the third period. It's a 1-goal lead for Russia.
That's why. Oh. Yeah, that's right.
You are taking some abuse on Twitter, by the way. Not on Twitter, on text.
Friends of ours?
Yeah. Canada opens up against Latvia tonight. A 1-goal lead here. Dominic Kubalik could very easily tie this game up given the opportunity. Kovac in to take the all-important face-off, wins it. Quick shot there by Kubalik off the right arm of Semenov. A power play goal, a shorthanded goal, and a 5-on-5 goal for Russia in this game. Gavrikov stuffs it up the boards. Kamenev winds his way in, lets the wrister go wide. Hayak takes it off the backboards, gets the return pass. Kovac plays it near side. Moravik slows it up, lets the wrister go, and he drifted that one wide. Comes around for Vrana. For Hayak. Hayak slips it across. Moravik slap shot turned away. And Kamenev will chip this off the boards and send it back to the Czech Republic line. Libor Hayak puts this all the way back in behind his own net. Initially a Tampa Bay pick, a part of the New York Rangers. Zadina looking for Hronek. Good defensive play there as that got picked off on the far side. Wave back in. Karnov trying to work it loose. Knocked off his slick. Seprishev is there. Rafikov in from the line, plays it back for Karnukov. And now finally Hronek will send it up for Hedl. Hedl trying to get it back for Hronek. Off his stick, but he'll chase it down. Hronek dodges a check there from Rafikov. And Zadina's on the loose puck for Philip Hedl. Hedl plays it back down low. Zahorna's after it. Chopped it in behind the Russian net. And Ozhiganov, his pass came off a skate. And Ozhiganov gets a little bit of help. Came to the front of the net, but picked off by Slepyshev, and he'll clear it down the ice, at least to center. Right back in, though. And Zadina had it get away from him. Slepyshev back in. And Thomas Zahorna giving chase on Slepyshev. And Sklenichka on the loose puck. Sklenichka for Sulak. Sulak stopped at center. And Nikita Zadorov will put it back into the Czech Republic zone. Yuri Sikac with 5 to go. Off a skate. Sulak follows up, comes near side for Fleck. Fleck had the goal in the opening period for the Czech Republic that tied the game up at 1. Kept in at the line. Sulak shot deflected in front, bounces around. Chopped at it there by Sikac, couldn't drive it through. Sulak holds it in. He'll play it across. Moravik puts on the brakes. Goes back to the forehand, sends it down low. Fleck is after it with Artem Zub. And Nikita Zadorov on the loose puck. Up for Zub. Zadorov away from him, and Voronkov will bounce it out at center.
Just some solid defending by the Russian squad in their own zone.
Vrana with a little bit of room, puts on the brakes against Artem Zub. Shot from the line by Musil, missed. And Kamenev will just take it out of harm's way and send it back inside the Czech Republic zone. Hronek on it with now 4. Kovac being watched on the play by Timkin. Kovac finds some room, gets to the line, bumped by Kamenev, but gets it in. And Gavrikov will take it. For Timkin, bounces it out to center. Vrana there. Vrana gets taken down, and a penalty coming to Russia. Evgeny Timkin will go to the box for taking down Vrana. Power play Czech Republic when we come back. No.
Barely played. Like, we didn't say his name in the first period.
Nope. No, I didn't. I agree.
Wrong time for that.
Russia's penalty kill number 1 in the 2019 World Hockey Championship, and it will get to work here in the third period. Put to the test by the Czech Republic. Second power play of the game for the Czech Republic. They gave up a short-handed goal in the first opportunity, so there's a shot, Kubalik, and that was a knuckler that didn't miss by much. Back at the line for Hronek. Little saucer pass on for Dominik Kubalik. Kubalik plays it down low for Kovac. Kovac trying to work it back at the line. Vrana jumping in, and a misfire by Vrana.
Gavrikov, the defenseman, was able to get the toe of his stick on that, but this Czech power play, we talked about it in the opener, of how if they get the opportunity, and it's all small little saucer passes, they're all very skilled.
Kubalik sends it back at the line for Hronek. Hronek back for Kubalik, quickly for Vrana, tees it up, and he wristed that one over top the net. Kubalik tracks it down. Kubalik plays give and go with Filip Chytil. Hronek down for Vrana. Kovac chases it, sends it back for Vrana. Vrana back for Kovac. Back at the line for Hronek. Hronek for Kubalik, score! Off a skate, Kovac in front of the net. Not sure if it went off of him or Artem Zub. But it's a power play goal for the Czech Republic, and this game is deadlocked at 3.
Kubalik was ready to shoot. He had missed one earlier that fluttered wide. This one looked like it might have been going wide as well, but some good puck movement back to the point. Hronek is going to wait. The slap shot goes off the left skate as Zub is trying to box out and does a good job of that. As Kovac can't get to the net. An inadvertent bounce, and it's a tie score. Hronek is such a heady passer at the blue line. You talked about Kubalik and his ability to put pucks behind goaltenders. 3-3 here.
Well, these two teams needed extra time the last time they met in the World Championship. That was in the bronze medal game in Slovakia. Slapyshev with a shot to the short side, turned aside. Seakac plays this out through center. Ivan Provorov breaks it up, tried to get it to Gavrikov. It got away from him. Back in for Fleck. Fleck plays it to the front of the net. Hansel jumping on a loose puck. And Samonov will hang on to it.
Really does give your team a lift when the top offensive players are able to make up for some mistakes. That shorthanded marker that Russia scored in the second period was an errant pass by Vrana that hit Hronek and Kovac in the skate of the blue line, and Russia was able to go the other way and score, and then Hronek makes up for it. The pass to Kubalik, Vrana made up for it earlier with the goal, and that top line is factored in for the Czech Republic.
Back-to-back scoring titles in the Czech League for Kubalik. And then he was signed by Chicago. He has put up very good numbers with the Chicago Blackhawks. 30-goal season for him. Back at the line for Zub. Zub plays it down. Russia back in on the attack. Bertashov gets it to the side of the net. Yalimov is after it. Gets tied up there with Sklenichka. And the puck is loose for Filip Chytil. Chytil for Sulak. Back for Chytil. Out through center. Zohorna catches up to that loose puck. Zohorna takes it wide on Artem Zub. Zohorna plays it back for Hronek. Doesn't shoot it. Little head fake there, trying to get around Veronka. Couldn't. Kept it at the line. Those Zohorna the shot. And Simonov makes the save. And the loose puck will be cleared. Right back in center, and Hronek drives it back in again. Kept in at the far side by Musil. Kovac is in after it. Into the final minute of regulation in a 3-3 tie. Out at center, deflected in by Voronkov. It'll roll into Hrubits, and he'll play it for Hronek. Hronek slows it down. Line change complete. Kovac through center. Tried to get that for Vrana. And Hronek on it again. Moravik will clear this in. Cleared right back out. Here comes Grigorenko in the dying seconds. Scores! plenty of room for Grigorenko. He goes high glove, and with 19 seconds left, Russia has the lead.
Ill-advised change by the Czech defense on both of them. Grigorenko sneaks up to the blue line on the far side. Puck isn't deep. It's sent right up from Zub, and Grigorenko has one place to go, and it's top shelf. This is an excellent angle to see what he was looking at. Presses down on the stick, up over the glove. Rubitz looks over his left shoulder. It's past him. And a late goal here for Russia puts them ahead 4-3.
Third World Championship for Mikhail Grigorenko, as Philip Passan has called a timeout. Grigorenko, when he got the puck, took a look and there was no one to impede his progress. And what looked as though was going to be an overtime game, all of a sudden Czech Republic down with 19 seconds left.
The puck wasn't dumped in far enough, and the Czech defense, both of them decided that they'd head off to the bench. I mean, no harm, game's almost over, to go to overtime. And instead, Grigorenko now is the hero.
So Artem Zubu had that tying goal go in off his skate. Kovac is after it. 6 attackers for the Czech Republic at the line. Deflected. That just missed. Brema had the chance. In front scramble. Samonov down. And Russia will hang on. The Czech Republic had a couple of chances, despite the fact there was only 19 seconds left. So the Czech Republic, who started last year's tournament with a 5-2 win over Sweden, will drop this one 4-3 to Russia.
The game had its moments, but when the Czech Republic gave up a shorthanded goal, you thought that might steer them in the wrong direction. They come back to tie it. They come back to tie it a second time, and instead, very late, 19 seconds left. Grigorenko counts the game winner.
We'll have the Player of the Game award, and then, as we mentioned earlier, the Court of Arbitration for Sport has banned the flag, the anthem, and the logo for Russia for this championship. So the ROC is the Russian Olympic Committee. The anthem will not be played. It will be Tchaikovsky Piano Concerto No. 1 that will replace the anthem in this championship after every win by Russia. So Russia off to the good start. So Player of the Game awards. And David Musil, the veteran defenseman for the Czech Republic, born in Calgary, an Edmonton draft pick.
He's physical in this game, blocks some shots.
So the netminder, Alexander Samonov, is the Player of the Game for Russia. The game changing on a line change. An ill-advised one by the Czech Republic that allows Mikhail Grigorenko a breakaway with 19 seconds left.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now please rise for the anthem of ROC.
congratulations on your first win of the tournament. How does it feel?
Good feel. Very hard game. Czech Republic, good team, good skates and good traffic. Unfortunately, in end game, one shot and score in one win.
What was it like to play in your first World Championship game?
No, think it's concentrating my game. I good feel, yeah.
You can answer this in Russian. In Russian.
Yeah.
What was it like to play in your first game and your thoughts on the win?
Ну, не сказал бы, что прям повезло, что забили в конце. Вот. Такая вязкая, тяжелая игра, мы к этой игре готовились. Вот. И говорю, хорошо, что победили, хорошо, вот Миша Григоренко забил, нам повезло в концовке.
Thank you.
Thank you, bye.
Dominic, I know you lost this game, but you guys had a response to each of the goals from Russia. What can you say about your effort?
Yeah, I think it was huge. I think we showed that we're not quitting, and obviously tough loss. You know, we not the start we wanted, so we just got to flush it away and get ready for tomorrow.
I know that you play in the NHL with the Blackhawks. You had a great pass to your teammate Jakub Vrana, who plays for the Red Wings. What's it like to play with a person you compete against now with the Czech Republic?
Obviously, it's nice. We're pretty much the same kind of players, so hopefully we're gonna help the team win. So it's just exciting.
How do you respond tomorrow?
Well, we just gotta flesh it out, like I said. So quick as possible, get ready, and you know, it's a short tournament, so we gotta be ready.
Thank you. Now, one I'd like you to answer in Czech.
Okay.
You lose this first game, but you had a response to each goal. And also, what was it just like playing in your first game at the World Championship as a team?
Samozřejmě těžký zápas. Myslím, že jsme ukázali jsme charakter, že jsme se 3krát vrátili. Nebyl to zápas, který jsme úplně, kde jsme nějakým způsobem dominovali. Myslím si, že Rusko dalo líp, ale dokázali jsme, že když jsme hráli to, co jsme chtěli, tak si myslím, že jsme přehrávali. Ale první zápas, prostě musíme to dát pryč a připravit se na zítra.
Thank you.
Thank you.